Hi everyone, Mikey Joy here. Every single fighter in the Skibidi universe has a story, but some of them are way darker than you think. We've watched Titan Speakerman fight through brutal mind control. We've seen Toilet survive impossible battles and betray his own kind. Titan Cameraman has sacrificed everything for the Alliance. And Sinister Titan holds power that breaks the whole multiverse. But what if I told you the stuff we saw on screen is only half the truth? In this video, we are putting all four of their dark histories, hidden secrets, and tragic backstories into one single mega breakdown. This video is going to be a bit longer than our usual videos, so make sure you grab something to eat and watch this video till the end. I put a ton of effort into these videos and really trying my best to keep the Skibidi Toilet community alive and entertained. This is like the only way you guys can show support to me or help my work in any way. So yeah, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and watch till the end. Let's start this video with the untold story of Toilet. Well, G-Man goes through many phases and forms, getting stronger and stronger each time in order to fight the Alliance and to save his own race. But did you know how much stronger he currently is? Did he finally manage to surpass Titan Speakerman, Titan Cameraman, Titan TV Man, and become the strongest character in the entire series? There are a total of 5 forms of him that I will cover in this video, and let's begin where it all started. The Toilet 1.0 was the largest and most powerful Skibidi Toilet, and he was serving as the main antagonist of the Skibidi Toilet series. Before we take a deep dive into his upgrades, let's talk about who he actually is. Well, his story is really complex. You see, Toilet came to Earth after betraying the Astro Toilets, but that's what they are claiming. In the most recent episode, we see how the Astro Toilets infected the Titan TV Man, taking full control over him. Maybe that's what they did to Toilet? Maybe they were taking advantage of Toilet, or doing some kind of experiments on him, but he managed to escape that. Also note that the Astro Toilets take control through the victim's core. And in episode 74, we saw an old photo of Toilet when he was serving as a commander for the Astro race. Notice how he has a reactor core in this picture, but when he came to Earth, he didn't have a single attachment on him. So maybe he destroyed his own core or somehow got rid of it to escape the infection. I also think that he might came to Earth looking for help or try to warn them about the Astro Toilets and their evil plan to rule over Earth. Well, he did warn them in episode 73, but I think it was already too late. I don't see him like a villain, I see him more like an anti-hero. Now you might be saying, what about all the corruption he did? Well, yeah, it's just a matter of perspective. Maybe Toilet knew that the Astro Toilets are going to invade the Earth anyway. We all know if they did that, the humans would have no chance against the Astro Toilets in the first place. So he tried to transform them to actually make them strong. If that makes sense, I will give you an example. Take a look at the mutant Skibidi Toilets. At least we know that they were first humans, and now see how stronger they got. That's also the case with every other Skibidi Toilet. What I am trying to say is Toilet wanted to build an army strong enough to defeat the Astro Toilets, because if he doesn't do that, the Astro Toilets are going to rule over everything, and there will be no one to stop them. So the real bad guys are the Astro Toilets, but the good thing is that the Toilet and the Alliance are working together now. I think eventually the Toilet will explain everything to the Alliance, and that will remove some hate between them. Speaking of that, I think he might be the one who is going to free the Titan TV Man from this infection, since he already done that before. It's either him or the Titan Speakerman, but let's talk about that in another episode. If we see it from the other perspective, the Alliance actually ruined his plan. Even after then, he tried to infect the Alliance members using the parasitic virus, so he can later use them against the Astro Toilets. But unlucky for him, this plan was failed too, and the Alliance countered everything perfectly. Some of this are actually confirmed, and some of this are just a part of my theory. If you found it interesting, please share your thoughts in the comment section below. I just love to read them. Yeah, this is the leader of Skibidi Toilets for you, and now let's talk about his first from. He first appeared in episode 7, with his name derived from the character G-Man from Half-Life 2. The Toilet is known for his immense strength, intelligence, and signature abilities, particularly his devastating laser eyes. These lasers are strong enough to destroy smaller enemies effortlessly, and even force the Titan Cameraman to retreat. The Toilet is incredibly smart, with exceptional battle IQ, making him a formidable leader. Unlike other Skibidi Toilets, he is unique in that he cannot be flushed. His arrival on Earth marked the beginning of the Skibidi Toilet invasion, as he possesses the terrifying ability of corruption. By singing an anthem, anyone who hears it is transformed into a Skibidi Toilet, allowing him to spread chaos rapidly. Like every other Skibidi Toilet, he can also headbutt and bite his opponents. His durability in every form is remarkable. The size of Toilet 1.0 is around 76 meters or 250 feet. This basic version of the Toilet, despite his simple appearance, is the one who initiated the entire conflict. He came to Earth and began transforming humans into Skibidi Toilets. All of his forms are really powerful, but his final form will shock you. After disappearing for 3 episodes, the G-Toilet made a dramatic return with major upgrades. This new version, called G-Toilet 2.0, is a more advanced and powerful version of the original. It comes equipped with a jetpack, additional lasers, armor, and many other enhancements, making it much stronger and more destructive than its earlier form. One noticeable change is the color of the G-Toilet, which is now gray instead of its original appearance, which was just plain white. It also has 2 extra lasers mounted on its sides. This allows the G-Toilet 2.0 to fire lasers not just from its eyes, but also from the side-mounted lasers, nearly doubling its attack power. His overall size is just about the same as his original form. The addition of the jetpack enables the G-Toilet to fly whenever needed, adding a whole new level of mobility to its abilities. To protect itself further, the 2.0 version is also equipped with front armor. Later on, the G-Toilet received a 2.1 version. In this form, after losing the ability to fire lasers from its eyes in episode 47, when he fought against the Cinema Titan and he nearly killed him with his death screen, the G-Toilet started wearing yellow glasses. These glasses were designed to shield its eyes from attacks involving screens. This change helped protect it from specific threats while it continued to use its other weapons. Another interesting detail is the evolution of its mounted lasers. When comparing the G-Toilet's appearance in episode 38 with episode 47, the shape of these lasers seems different, suggesting that it received additional upgrades between these episodes. All these enhancements show that the G-Toilet continues to adapt and improve. Jimmy also got that plot armor from the beginning. He is just built different. After seeing this form, you might be wondering how much stronger he actually gets. Well, just wait and watch. Now it's time for his third form. Not much has been shown of the G-Toilet 3.0 so far, but what we do know suggests he has become even more powerful than before. This version of the G-Toilet wears a pair of yellow glasses and headphones, likely to protect himself from any attacks that could come from Speakermen or TV men. These accessories seem to make him immune to their abilities. This version of him was only seen in episode 57. In terms of weapons, G-Toilet 3.0 is equipped with 6 incredibly powerful laser cannons, which make him even more dangerous than his previous versions. It's also believed that Cinema Man was responsible for damaging his ability to shoot lasers from his eyes, forcing him to rely on the laser cannons instead. Despite this change, G-Toilet 3.0 is still much stronger than any of his earlier forms. I'm a bit confused right now. Is this his injured 3.0 form? Or this guy was just a clone of him to begin with? We all know that the scientist Skibidi Toilet made a lot of clones of the G-Toilet. The thing is, I don't think he could survive after this much beating. But we can't be so sure here because G-Toilet is just built like that. I don't know about anyone else, but I like this design a lot. Anyways, let me know in the comment section. Is this guy a clone or G-Toilet himself? Speaking of clones, how about I explain them as well? First one, and the most important one, is the decoy G-Toilet. In episode 65, a decoy version of G-Toilet was used strategically to lure the upgraded Titan Cameraman and upgraded Titan Speakerman into a trap. It has been confirmed that there are multiple decoy versions of G-Toilet. The decoy G-Toilet is equipped with 4 ion laser cannons mounted on its body. These ion lasers are a different model than the ones used by the real G-Toilet. Also, they are a lot weaker too. The decoy also possesses laser eyes, but these lasers are not natural like the original one. He also wears headphones. He also has 2 turbines incorporated on the rear sides of his toilet. There are many more fake versions of him, such as Hendeka Laser G-Clone, Quad Rocketeer G-Clone, Quad Buzzsaw G-Clone, but these are just a bunch of fodders, so I don't think I need to explain them. After being absent for 10 episodes while receiving significant upgrades, the G-Toilet makes his grand return in episode 67 with many new enhancements, marking the debut of the G-Toilet 4.0. This version of the G-Toilet is drastically different in appearance from all the previous versions, showcasing a number of powerful upgrades that make him more formidable than ever. The most notable change is the G-Toilet impressive arsenal. He is now equipped with a total of 9 laser cannons. 6 of them are spread across the top, middle, and bottom of his toilet, while 2 smaller ones are placed on the sides of his head. Additionally, there is 1 more laser cannon integrated into the reactor core, which enhances his offensive capabilities. In terms of defense, G-Toilet 4.0 sports a mechanized full-face helmet that can be deployed at will. This helmet not only shields his head, but also serves as heavy-duty vision goggles, improving his ability to see and react in combat. The reactor core itself adds even more versatility. It can project a powerful yellow holographic shield for defense, launch various orbs with different effects, and even function as a laser cannon. When G-Toilet 4.0 becomes enraged, he can unleash an incredibly powerful scream that stuns his enemies and sometimes forces them to retreat, making it a great way to disrupt enemy plans in critical moments. Moreover, this version seems to have developed a unique ability to predict enemy attacks, allowing him to avoid damage and stay one step ahead in battle. For mobility, G-Toilet 4.0 is equipped with a dual-turbine jetpack that allows him to fly, and combined with the booster rockets, he can maneuver easily across the battlefield, giving him excellent speed and agility. To further protect himself, he wears conventional sunglasses to shield against attacks involving screens, and has metal plating covering his entire body, acting as additional armor to withstand enemy fire. This version might be his strongest version too, because we did not see his 5.0 version go all out yet. This version of him can also speak English perfectly. Let's talk about some feats of this version. In episode 72, despite the overwhelming strength of Detainer Astro Toilet, G-Toilet managed to outwit him using his hypnosis energy orbs, leaving Detainer Astro Toilet critically injured. The battle seemed like it was tipping in Detainer Astro Toilet's favor, but thanks to G-Toilet's trickery, the tide turned. Detainer Astro Toilet, with his 3-stripe helmet, is ranked highly among the Astro Toilets, making his defeat even more impressive. However, if it hadn't been for Juggernaut Astro Toilet's timely interference, Detainer Astro Toilet might have been finished off completely. Then, in episode 73, the G-Toilet faced an even bigger challenge, a battle against the 3 Titans in the Alpha Hills complex. Even with the odds stacked against him, G-Toilet managed to hold his own, proving his resilience and cleverness. In a fierce fight, he defeated both Titan Cameraman and Titan Speakerman. Despite the raw power of these Titans, G-Toilet expertly dodged most of Titan TV Man's attacks. In the end, G-Toilet managed to escape, using his mechanized thrusters to flee, leaving both Titan Speakerman and Titan Cameraman behind. Titan Speakerman was left unable to walk, and some of Titan Cameraman's upgrades were destroyed. I mean, he cooked so hard in both of these episodes. He also has a 4.1 version which is basically his incomplete final form. It looks something like this. Are you excited to see his final 4? Let's talk about it. In episode 77, his latest and most powerful form makes a stunning debut. At the end of the episode, G-Toilet is seen helping the severely injured Titan TV Man in his fight against the damaged Juggernaut Astro Toilet. G-Toilet 5.0 is equipped with a range of new upgrades, many of which are based on replicated Astro Toilet technology, showcasing just how far he's come since his earlier forms. Episode 74 teases these upgrades, revealing blueprints that show mechanical limbs, a refined reactor core, and side jet attachments, all foreshadowing the creation of his 5.0 version. The new G-Toilet 5.0 brings a huge advantage in close quarters combat with his 2 mechanical arms. These arms are a game changer, giving him an unmatched ability to inflict devastating damage or even take down enemies instantly with terrifying hand-to-hand combat skills. His arms are equipped with orange blades that amplify the damage dealt, making him a true powerhouse in close-range fights. For ranged combat, G-Toilet 5.0 doesn't fall short either. He has 2 Astro Destruction lasers mounted on his shoulders, which pack a huge punch, and an Astro Plasma emitter on his head. He also can unleash massive damage using his core abilities, making him a formidable opponent from any distance. But that's not all. G-Toilet's arms are incredibly versatile. They can switch between fist and laser modes, giving him both close-range and long-range combat capabilities. Additionally, the arms are equipped with thrusters and jetpacks, which allow them to function independently from the rest of his body. This makes G-Toilet 5.0 incredibly effective in both offense and mobility, enhancing his ability to fight on multiple fronts at once. This version also has a stealth mode. He can become somewhat invisible, but it's not really confirmed how it works. But the question is he considered the strongest character in the entire series? Well, yes and no. I mean, there might be some Astro Toilets that are far more stronger than him, but because we did not see anyone yet, he could be considered the strongest for now. What do you guys think? The second untold story we need to cover is Titan Cameraman's, because same as G-Toilet. Titan Cameraman goes through many phases and forms, getting stronger and stronger each time in order to fight the toilets and to save the Alliance. But did you know where he currently is? Will he finally be able to make a comeback and become the strongest character in the entire series? His story is a bit complicated, so I'm going to break it down into 5 chapters, and let's start with the first chapter, the main character. It all started on February 8th, 2023, when Mr. Boom posted the first episode of Skibidi Toilet. We all know that this series was started as a meme, but who would have thought it would grow into such a masterpiece? You see, Skibidi Toilet is a little different than other TV shows. There is no dedicated hero or villain of this series. At the start, we all thought G-Toilet was the ultimate villain, but now he and the Alliance are fighting side by side. The point I am making is that there is no official main character or hero, but we can all agree on one thing. In episode 18, when the Titan Cameraman made his first appearance, we all thought he is the main character of this series. He was also the first Titan to be introduced to the series. Notably, there were only 2 races, Cameraman and the Skibidi Toilets, so it was kinda obvious who the good and bad sides are. Remember, we are talking about the Titan Cameraman's journey. As soon as he got introduced, he got straight to business. He was overpowering everything and everyone on his path. I am going to share an interesting view of my own. Back then, in episode 20, when the Titan Cameraman and the G-Toilet fought, we thought it was a cool fight. But notice this. The Titan Cameraman was alone and was fighting fairly. But on the other hand, G-Toilet was fighting dirty, and he sacrificed his own member to win the fight. The thing to notice here is that the villain always fights dirty and does anything to win. But the hero remains true to himself and always tries to fight with honor. This detail also suggests the Titan Cameraman was indeed the main character of the show. Another thing to notice is how Mr. Boom always shows the gestures of the POV cameraman. You see, whenever Titan Cameraman does something great, we can see the POV cameraman appreciating him or clapping for him. This POV represents us. I am talking about the viewers, and we are cheering the main character, or let's say the positive side. Also, he got introduced in episode 18. After that, he appeared in almost every episode until he got injured, and Mr. Boom decides to introduce some new races, to expand the story. But I believe originally, he has to be the main character of the show. From his debut episode to episode 49, he was referred to as Titan Camera 1.0. I will also try to explain his abilities and powers as his journey progresses. So in the beginning, he carried a massive shield on his back for protection and had a powerful core flame he could fire from his chest. His combat abilities, especially hand-to-hand combat, were exceptional, and he also used a finger blaster, jetpack, and a lens for protection. I really liked the finger blaster, but I don't know why he doesn't use this move now. Maybe it's only effective against the smaller units? He also had 2 cameras on his shoulder, and their purpose is still unknown, in my opinion. It's just for design purposes and to enhance his looks. Well, this was the first chapter of his journey. Let's move to the second chapter, the strongest. The Titan Cameraman was really strong from the beginning, but his prime starts from episode 50. After a long absence, Titan's Cameraman made a return to the series, stronger than ever. This version of him was unstoppable. Bro was handling hordes of Skibidi Toilets alone. I firmly believe at this point in the story, no other character could beat him in a fair 1-versus-1. Yes, including the other Titans and the G-Toilet. I am telling you, this guy was moving different, and there are multiple examples. In episode 50, Bro saved the camera base and killed every Skibidi Toilet there. In episode 51, Bro was hunting for the enemy man, and he killed his first Astro Toilet as well. He was also the first Titan to be upgraded, and let's see what he has now. His jetpack was refined, and his body armor was upgraded to provide better protection for his core. Additionally, he gained the ability to deploy a magnet or gravity gun installed in his right hand. Let's talk about some of his weapons and gear. Upgraded mechanical railgun. It is one of the Titan Cameraman's main weapons, located on his right arm. Holographic shield. The Titan Cameraman has a holographic shield projector mounted on the left forearm. Brass knuckles. Titan Cameraman seemed to have gotten brass knuckles that are able to extend 3 spikes from the knuckles. He also used other weapons like the mechanical hammer, buzzsaw arm, acid shooter arm, detaining claw, which he got from the detainer Astro Toilet, and many more. I can't fully explain his abilities in this chapter, but I will explain them as his journey continues. He undoubtedly is the strongest member of the camera race. Not including his past version in his upgraded form, he killed 48 toilets from episode 50 to episode 74. That is a lot. He almost won all of his fights. He also beat the G-Toilet 3.0 with ease. The Titan Cameraman only got injured when he was outnumbered or the enemy just used cheap tricks. For example, in episode 65, when he and Titan Speakerman confronted the G-Toilet, we all know he carried that fight. I mean, he did most of the damage. Technically, he won the fight, but the twist is that the G-Toilet was a clone. Yup. That wasn't the real G-Toilet, and they both got tricked. The fake G-Toilet was planted with a self-destruction mechanism. It mainly worked as a distraction, and they were bombed by the kamikaze Skibidi Toilets. Even though he tried to shield himself, he got a pretty big hit, and for the first time in his journey, he gave a thumbs down. Let it be a lesson, guys. Even the strongest guys can fall, but it isn't about how hard I'll get hit. It's about getting hit and keeping moving forward, and that's what he did. He made a comeback every single time. I think these are enough to justify why he was the strongest, and we should move to the third chapter, the supporter. I will be honest, after that incident, his prime and his spotlight went away. It didn't feel like he was the main character, but that doesn't mean he was useless. The thing I love about the Titan Cameraman is that he was never after the clout or the fame. He just wanted to protect his race. He is humble and kind. Titan TV Man has to be harsh sometimes because he is leading them all. Don't worry if this video gets 10,000 likes. I will make a dedicated video for his story as well. Back to the video. We can't forget about the Titan Speakerman. I mean, He is still young and learning. He makes a lot of mistakes and the other Titans have to look out for him. He has the most potential for sure, but he is not reliable for the support role. That's why the Titan Cameraman has to do it. I think this role suits him really well. Do y'all know that both of his arms have been lost? It's crazy to think how much he suffered, yet he never gave up. The point of this chapter is how he always put Titan TV Man and Titan Speakerman first. He always tries to support or help them. I am not saying the other Titans don't help. Don't get me wrong. They are great too, but there are levels to this. In episode 51, he was the POV of that episode. He carried Plunger Man with him and supported him. In episode 64, he supported the Titan Speakerman. There are a lot of other incidents as well, but let's cover those in the next chapter. Now, I want to talk about his personality. Even though he doesn't make it too obvious, I think Titan Cameraman is the smartest and the most mature one from the Titan trio. I don't care if you think I am glazing him. I love this man to death. Titan Cameraman was a towering figure in the Alliance, defined not just by his power, but by his stoic and noble nature. He carried himself with calm strength and was deeply protective of his allies, especially his fellow cameramen and Titans. Despite his intimidating presence on the battlefield, he always placed loyalty and friendship above everything else. His close bond with Plungerman highlighted his compassionate side. In episode 51, he helped him climb onto a roof, showing the small but meaningful ways he supported his comrades. When Plungerman was killed in episode 70, Titan Cameraman was visibly shaken. His grief was clear, but instead of breaking down, he turned that pain into determination. For Plunger. Carrying on the fight to honor his fallen friend. That sense of brotherhood extended to the other Titans as well. In episode 73, when Titan TV Man teleported away to confront G Toilet, Titan Cameraman showed his care by lifting the horribly injured Titan Speakerman onto his back with his detainer arm, refusing to leave him behind. It was a powerful reminder that for him, the Titans were more than just warriors. They were family. His ultimate act of selflessness came in episode 74. Faced with the overwhelming Astro Toilet fleet, he chose to sacrifice himself so the rest of the Alliance could survive. It was a choice that showed his willingness to put the lives of others before his own, cementing his legacy as not only a fighter, but a protector. His death left a deep mark on Titan TV Man, inspiring him to reflect and later make his own sacrifice to save Cameraman 3.0. While gentle and protective toward his allies, Titan Cameraman could be merciless in battle. Once he gained the upper hand, he struck down Skibidi Toilets without hesitation, even if they tried to retreat. To him, there was no forgiveness for the destruction they caused. After the Astro attack that wiped out the Cameraman base and killed many of his people, he resolved to fight without restraint, pushing past his natural limits to ensure no one else would suffer the same fate. Let's move to the fourth chapter, The Protector. Supporter and Protector are two separate things. In this chapter, I will cover every time he protected the Alliance, and let me tell you, it's a lot. Now that I dove deep into it, I realized how much weight he was carrying on his shoulders. In episode 18, he killed the camo Skibidi Toilet with one stomp and protected the cameraman. Same in episode 19, he killed the triple Skibidi Toilet and protected his race. In episode 23, even when he was injured, he protected the camera lab and got rid of the toilets. He did all of it in his 1.0 form. Let's talk about his 2.0 form. The moment he made a comeback, he destroyed the whole Skibidi Toilet army that attempted to raid the cameraman laboratory all by himself. That's how he protected the camera race in episode 50. He also saved them in episode 53. Titan Cameraman is seen clearing the area from Skibidi Toilets with the support of his army. Something unexpected happens on the battlefield, where many cameramen are present. Assailant Astro Toilet suddenly appears and begins to harm the members of the army. At that moment, Titan Cameraman quickly rushes towards him and protects his race. Another incident was in episode 55, when the camera army was marching and they got ambushed by the Skibidi Toilets. He came to help and protected them. Even though he lost his railgun, he didn't care about that at all. He wanted to protect them at all costs. We can't forget about episode 57 now, can we? He helped the infected Titan Speakerman while fighting off other Skibidi Toilets. I think no one else could have done it. He was built different. Even after saving the Titan Speakerman, he didn't yell at him or get angry. Instead, he gave him time and space to learn from his mistake. In episode 60, he allied the camera race and the speaker race. In episode 64, he killed a bunch of toilets, and one of them was planted with a self-destruction bomb. If he hadn't reacted in time, a lot of Alliance members could have died. He protected them once again. I already talked about 65, so let's skip it. In episode 67, he helped fight the chief scientist, Skibidi Toilet. While the infiltration squad progresses inside the laboratory, Titan Cameraman and other Titans fight outside and made sure they got to the lab safely. In episode 71, Titan Cameraman is seen here still on the battlefield, along with the other Titans. He provided support to the others, using his shoulder weapons to counterattack. In episode 73, he was the only one who did something. Everyone else was just fighting like a drunk chimpanzee. He almost had the G-Toilet, but Jimmy got saved by his race. Even though he was heavily injured, he still helped the injured Titan Speakerman. That's what I love about him. On the other hand, the Titan TV man left both of them. Trust me, I am not hating on the Titan TV man. I still love him. But the title of the Protector still goes to the Titan Cameraman. Now for the last and most important chapter of his journey, the hero. You all might be saying how he deserved the title of the hero. I mean, it's better if I just show y'all. I will cover all of his feats in this last chapter. He first showed his strength early on. In episode 18, he stomped down hard and killed the camo Skibidi Toilet in just one hit. In episode 19, he proved his power again by defeating the triple Skibidi Toilet. Much later, he made a huge return. In episode 50, he had his first official appearance and also became the very first Titan to be upgraded. This was the moment where many of his powers and weapon functions were shown for the first time. He single-handedly destroyed an entire Skibidi Toilet army that was trying to raid the Cameraman laboratory, wiping them all out by himself. He continued showing dominance. In episode 51, he easily defeated the Rocketeer Astro Toilet without struggling at all. After that, he completely cleared New York of most Skibidi Toilets. His destructive power was on full display again. In episode 55, he brutally killed the jetpack rocket Skibidi Bathtub, who had tried to stop the disinfection squad. He then kicked the skull dismantler Skibidi Toilet and finished him off with a powerful railgun shot. He also faced serious challenges. In episode 57, he confronted the infected upgraded Titan Speakerman, and, with the help of TV Woman, managed to free him from the parasite that had been controlling him for 25 whole episodes. During the same battle, he was completely unaffected by the attacks of G-Toilet 3.0 and knocked him out quickly. He also showed that Blade Wielder Strider Skibidi Toilet's blades couldn't harm him, and he killed him by crushing his head with his hands. His influence grew even stronger. In episode 59, he officially formed an alliance with the upgraded Titan Speakerman, creating a powerful team. He also wiped out large numbers of Skibidi Toilets in London, without any difficulty. His railgun was decisive. In episode 63, he exploded and killed the helicopter bomber Skibidi Toilet as it advanced dangerously close to Allied units. His hammer strength was also terrifying. In episode 64, he violently struck the incinerator Skibidi Urinal with his mechanical hammer, killing him. After that, he carried away the dangerous bomb overload Skibidi Toilet, which was about to self-destruct, moving it away from his allies. The fights became more intense. In episode 65, he worked together with Titan Speakerman to deal brutal damage to the decoy G-Toilet. During this battle, he released the longest and strongest core flame he had ever made, directly aimed at the decoy G-Toilet. Even when he was caught in a kamikaze trap, he still managed to survive, though he was badly injured. He showed endurance too. In episode 67, he slapped down the Mafia Skibidi Toilet 2.0 and endured his attacks. He then killed the Quad Buzzsaw Skibidi Toilet 2.0 and even ripped off one of his buzzsaws to use it as a weaponized arm. Despite being targeted with countless attacks from Chief Scientist Skibidi Toilet Mecha, he managed to withstand the assault. His teamwork also shone. In episode 69, Titan TV Man gave him extra energy, which recharged his core and made it usable again after being weakened. He wasn't just a fighter, but also a destroyer. In episode 70, he broke apart the Skibidi Toilet Hydro Dam and caused massive destruction. He then stole the shooter weapon of the acidic artillerist Skibidi Toilet and used it against him, killing him with his own firepower. His upgrades continued. In episode 72, he took a detaining claw and attached it to his arm, making himself even deadlier in battle. He turned the tables against an even stronger enemy. In episode 73, he ripped off one of G-Toilet 4.0's powerful lasers and then used his detaining claw to absorb the laser energy. He hurled all of that energy back at G-Toilet, burning him with his shoulder cannons as well. Even when things looked bad, he stayed reliable. In episode 74, he deliberately drew the attention of the Astro Toilets toward himself, distracting them so that Titan TV Man could teleport away safely. This selfless move showed not only his strength, but also his willingness to protect his allies. Bro literally sacrificed himself to save his friends. Personally, I loved his character development so much. He truly is a hero. The third story is from Skibidi Toilet Multiverse. Did you ever wonder why Sinister Titan Clockman is actually sinister? How did he become so strong? And what are his capabilities? How is he a single villain against all factions combined, and yet struggling? Well, don't worry, because in today's episode, we are going to dive deeper into the strongest villain of all time. Before we start, share some video ideas for my next projects in the comments. I want to include your insights and ideas as well. Thank you. Sinister Titan Clockman, originally known as Sebastian, is a giant and terrifying being with the power to control time. In his first appearance, he even called himself the God of the Chronoverse. Sinister Titan Clockman is gigantic in size, being 3 times the size of Titan Clockman, instead of having a normal head like other Clockmen. He got a large black hole head with yellow ring around it. His shoulder, arms, and legs are covered with armored plates. A few weapons are attached to his body, like these levitating arrows behind his back, few clock shurikens, and 2 gravity grenades on his belt. He got a big reactor core that is surrounded by Roman numerals. His one hand is missing, which is used to attach the astral sword. The golden Excalibur was also seen on his hand in episode 48 during his fight against Titan Clockman 3.0 form. Now let's dive into his abilities. First, he claims that he is the source of all clock power because he was the first Clock Titan, which means he is the strongest Clock Titan alive, stronger than Titan Clockman, Clockwise, Champion Clockman, and Future Clockman. He wants to become the Lord of the Multiverse, so he is following a plan which he calls his perfect domination. He made that plan by looking into different future predicted possibilities. Let's first talk about his time-related abilities. Time Stop. In episode 41, he stopped the time of the whole universe, which was insane. Time Slowdown. He can slow down the time, which was seen during his fight against Transformer Titans in episode 47, part 1. Time Cube. This cube is surrounded by more tiny cubes and is used to make an astral sword in his right hand. Time Reversal. He can also revive himself like Future Clockman did, but he never felt the need until now. Soul Devouring. Sinister Titan can absorb energy orbs from other Titans to increase his power. It was seen in the final blooper episode. Time Nukes. It is a machine that he stole from the Soul and Sea Pen. It can destroy a whole planet completely into pieces, along with all entities on that planet. Time Illusion. He creates a fake illusion of himself most of the time to dodge an attack. That way, he trolled the Alliance so many times. The Alliance thought that they got him that easily, but right after that, he surprises them by appearing from behind. Now let's talk about his other abilities. And believe me, his other abilities are even cooler. Levitating Arrows. He carries 5 giant levitating arrows behind his back. These arrows were seen against Future Clockman. Not only they are huge, but can also attack at extremely fast speed and from different directions. Gravity Grenade. He can manipulate gravity by throwing these grenades up in the sky. After the launch, these grenades are covered in yellow particles and throw everyone down to the ground except the Sinister Titan himself. Even Titan Clockman was not able to bear that weight. Black Hole Barrage. He was seen creating a tiny black hole that sucks every nearby things inside it and cause a huge explosion on impact. It teleports everything to the outer void. Astral Sword. This sword is really an important one, as it is the only sword that can cause damage which is unrecoverable, even using time reversal. He used it against Titan Clockman and break his sword, which he was not able to revive using his time reverse ability. Astral Sword Deflection. Using his sword, he can deflect any attack coming towards him back at the enemies. The Golden Excalibur. It is a stolen weapon of Titan Clockman. We all know what this sword is capable of. Sinister Titan stole this sword and used it against Titan Clockman 3.0 in episode 48. Boosted Dashing. He can dash at a hyper-fast speed. He split the Golden Excalibur in the blink of an eye. Black Portal Teleportation. He was seen teleporting from planets to planets using a portal, which means he can travel anywhere he wants. Psychic Telekinesis. This is really cool. Sinister Titan can levitate dust and rocks on the ground to show his aura. Bro knows how to aura farm. Hypersonic Speed. Sinister Titan was seen fighting at extremely fast speed against Titan Clockman in episode 48. They both went crazy with their swords. Bro, it is not an anime fight. Calm down. Anyway, he also got all abilities of Titan Clockman and Future Clockman as well, but let's not explain those in this video. Now let's talk about his origin and how he becomes Sinister. He is the first Clock Titan ever, and was in place of Titan Clockman. Yes, you heard it right. He was the predecessor of Titan Clockman, and he was on good side. His name was Sebastian. It all started with his evil thoughts. In special episode 5, a few Skibidi Toilet were making chaos in the city London, along with Skibidi Scientist. Sinister Titan confront them and easily took them down like a joke. Chief Clockman praised him, but he was not happy by fighting these small opponents. Chief see the hatred inside him. That was the time when Benjamin Soul was seen in the series, who is the current Titan Clockman. Clockwoman receives a message from the TV Men headquarters about a Skibidi Toilet attack. Soon, several Clock agents gather on a balcony and see a huge army of Skibidi Toilets across the mountain near their base. But before the attack begins, Sebastian or Sinister Titan Clockman arrives and started his attack on Skibidi Toilet using his arrows. Using his time powers, he wipes out the entire army in a single attack. After that, Clockwoman got angry and started shouting at him. Instead of praising him, Chief Clockman revealed that Sebastian had already destroyed almost the entire TV race earlier, without telling anyone. Because of this, Chief Clockman orders all Clockmen to gather in London to confront him. As the episode continues, Chief Clockman creates a massive dome around Big Ben, rewinds time to revive all TV members, and freezes the entire Earth. He angrily confronts Sebastian, saying his actions were too violent and cannot be forgiven. Sinister Titan tries to defend himself, claiming that the TV men were going against Clock Faction. He said that TV Faction was the most suspicious one among the others, and were planning to create magnetic weapons that were the weakness of all Clockmen. But Chief Clockman argues back, saying that Sebastian's actions are exactly why they needed those weapons, and that abusing power like this is completely unacceptable. Sinister Titan's concept was that everyone should submit to the greatest power, which was Sinister Titan, and also fear him and obey him. In the end, Chief has had enough. He uses his powers to trap Sebastian beneath Big Ben using his clock powers. As Chief says that Sebastian's dark and sinister thoughts will be sealed forever. Sebastian angrily replies, "Sinister? I'll show you Sinister!" That's where his name, Sinister Titan, came from. He even threatened them and said, "Your own will suffer, and you all will crawl back to me." That was the time when he planned to take the revenge from his own people. Not only that, his greed was even greater. He planned to destroy all other planets, all other threats, and planned to rule above all. That's where a villain was born. Chief ordered to complete Titan Clockman, named as Benjamin. It took a long time, but with the efforts of the Alliance, they created the Titan Clockman from a soul. He was the main hero of the series who saved the planet from major threats along with the other Alliance members. But meanwhile, Sinister was planning behind the scenes, setting the stage, and was unleashed when the moment was right. He even took down Champion Clockman, absorbed his energy, and then stole the Astral Sword from him, which was the part of his plan. Let me point out something. Mr. Clock, which is Dom Studio himself, was seen in the last scene, asking Sinister Titan if he needs a boost in power. I mean, what was that? Mr. Clock is on good side and also part of the Clock Association. But as he is the creator, maybe he wants to make the series interesting by overpowering the villain, or maybe he is on the evil side. Who knows? Tell me in the comments if you have any guess. Last but definitely not the least, because throughout the series of Skibidi Toilet, Titan Speakerman goes through many struggles and forms, getting stronger and stronger each time in order to fight the enemies and to save his friends. But did he finally got upgraded? Will he be able to cure the Titan TV man and become the strongest character in the entire series? His story is very complicated, so I'm going to break it down into 5 chapters, and let's start with the first chapter, the debut. Let's start with a bit of an introduction to how everything started. Mr. Boom dropped the very first episode of Skibidi Toilet on February 8th, 2023. It literally started as just a random meme, and nobody, like absolutely nobody, thought it would blow up into the masterpiece it is today. But here we are. You see, Skibidi Toilet is not like our usual TV shows and series. It's different, a bit more complex. The thing is, there's genuinely no official main character, hero, or villain. And honestly, that's part of what makes it so fire and unique. But we can all agree on one thing, though. When Titan Cameraman made his debut in episode 18, the whole community went crazy. Everyone instantly felt like he was the guy, the main character we didn't know we needed. And to top it off, he was the very first Titan ever introduced in the series, which makes him an absolute legend in the Skibidi universe. On the other hand, when we saw G-Toilet, we all thought he was going to be the main villain of the show. But here we are. Jimmy is literally on the good side for now. Heck, he might be one of the top fan favorites out there. But today's episode is not about them. It's about the guy who was always done dirty by the plot, who never really got the spotlight. I am talking about Titan Speakerman, who came after those two, and first appeared in episode 26, where he beat the shit out of the Balaclava Skibidi Toilet. Here, he had a jetpack for mobility, a plasma cannon for firepower, and his hand-to-hand combat was pretty good as well. We could also see a glowing red energy core, which further confirmed that he was going to be an important character in the series. Personally, I got even more hyped when I saw Titan Speakerman. It gave me a glimpse of the future of the series, and when I realized that there were going to be multiple Titans, it made me feel pretty damn excited. Also, when Titan Cameraman was badly injured from his fight against G-Toilet, I was afraid that the Skibidi Toilets would wreak havoc and nearly finish off the whole alliance. Luckily, Mr. Boom sent Titan Speakerman to save the camera race. The point I am making is that Titan Speakerman is like a friend we don't want, but we absolutely need. He is dumb occasionally, but one thing is for sure, he was and is very loyal to the Alliance. I mean, who doesn't love the Titan Cameraman and Titan Speakerman duo? Speaking of him, the whole speaker race is built around loyalty and friendship. They never really wanted any fame, power, or credit. They were just happy to be there. As we can all see, their moves are pretty dope. Anyways, back to Titan Speakerman. He made another appearance in episode 28, where he ambushed the scheming Skibidi Toilets and slapped the Mafia Skibidi Toilet. That scene is kinda iconic, because this is where the slapping spree of the Mafia Skibidi began. Everything was going smoothly for the Alliance once again until episode 32, where a major tragedy happened for the Speaker race. This moves us to the second chapter of his life, the Curse. The harsh truth of the Skibidi-verse is that it's not all rainbows and sunshine. There are people who want you dead 24/7. You gotta be careful and ready for battle, especially if you are the leader of a whole faction. I am talking about episode 32. What happened was that Titan Speakerman made a dramatic entry into the scene and one-shotted the giant camo Skibidi Toilet. Everything was going good so far, but then came the devil. The chief scientist, Skibidi Toilet, sent not one, but two of his deadliest parasites. They attacked the off-guard Titan Speakerman. He managed to remove one of them, but the second one got him. Now, I won't fully blame Titan Speakerman here, because who would have expected that the scientist Skibidi Toilet would send two parasites instead of one? But as I said earlier, you gotta be extra careful when a whole faction depends on you. The main issue is that not only did the Alliance lose a powerhouse, but the enemy gained a soldier as well. This was legit a curse. I will explain what I am talking about. From episode 32, where he got infected, till episode 57, he did a lot of damage to the Alliance. For example, episode 33. Infected Titan Speakerman makes a brief but impactful appearance at the start of the episode. Set against a city consumed by chaos at night, he stands atop a building. He then turns the weapon on two approaching Speaker helicopters, shooting them both down with ease. This episode basically told us that Titan Speakerman was a serious threat now. We had to do something about him quick. Episode 35. After the Alliance successfully demonstrates their parasite disabler gun on some infected units, things take a sharp turn. Infected Titan Speakerman and G-Toilet locate the hangar where the POV Cameraman's group is hiding and tear the roof clean off. The striped tie scientist Cameraman attempts to use the disabler gun on the Titan, but it does absolutely nothing. The two then proceed to completely annihilate every enemy in the area. Episode 38. The Alliance makes a calculated move to disinfect Titan Speakerman while he's busy firing at ground enemies from a rooftop. A parasite disabler laser tank rolls in and locks onto him, but before it can fire, G-Toilet appears out of nowhere and throws himself in front of the beam, taking the full hit to protect his infected ally. Jimmy is too damn smart and sharp. The long-awaited clash between infected Titan Speakerman and Cinemaman finally happens, and it's one-sided. Speakerman repeatedly fires his arm plasma cannon, but none of it phases Cinemaman, whose size and durability are on a completely different level. Cinemaman charges at him using his thrusters, sending both crashing to the ground. As Speakerman tries to flee, Cinemaman grabs him and tears off one of his speakers in an attempt to rip out the parasite. Speakerman manages to break free and escapes the area using his jetpack. We all know that he stood no chance against the GOAT, Titan TV Man. Episode 47. After Titan TV Man takes heavy damage from giant Skibidi toilets and finally gets the upper hand over G-Toilet, the situation flips in an instant. Infected Titan Speakerman reappears, uses his jetpack to get behind Titan TV Man, and drives a large knife straight into his screen. Saving G-Toilet, they almost got my boy TV here. I still miss Cinema Man. Episode 56. Recovering from his injuries in episode 47, Titan Speakerman resurfaces in Dubai, where the Skibidi toilets have been upgrading him. Once the process is complete, he tears through Alliance units with his enhanced abilities. The episode ends on a dark note as he intercepts a group of fleeing cameramen and kills them, marking one of his most devastating moments while under infection. The funny thing is that his best upgrades are from the Skibidi toilets. It's sad how dirty the plot did him. Episode 57. With Titan Speakerman still on a rampage against Alliance forces, Titan Cameraman steps in and engages him directly, trying to remove the parasite by wrestling him to the ground. The fight is interrupted when G-Toilet arrives and attacks Titan Cameraman, giving Speakerman a window to recharge and rejoin the fight. The tide shifts back and forth until TV Woman delivers the decisive move, killing the parasite on Speakerman's neck and finally disinfecting him. Freed from the parasite's control, Speakerman's core glows red once more. He looks out over the destruction he caused during his infection and quietly leaves, clearly carrying the weight of everything he did. Physical pain is one thing, but mental pain is a different curse entirely. But remember guys, when there is darkness, there is light. Now it's time for his revenge, which moves us to the third chapter of his life, the redemption arc. After getting cured, Titan Speakerman locked in. He mustered all that rage and anger and used it against his enemies. If it were me instead of Titan Speakerman, I would have been just as furious. His redemption arc is crazy. This was the scariest version of Titan Speakerman. What? You guys don't believe me? It's better if I just show you instead of yapping. Episode 58. Freshly disinfected and filled with rage, Titan Speakerman takes center stage and unleashes hell on every toilet on the battlefield. He tears through them with his upgraded arm plasma cannon, making it clear just how much pent-up anger he had from being infected for so long. After the massacre, he takes off with his jetpack, heading out to hunt down G-Toilet. Bro wanted all the smoke. Episode 59. Titan Speakerman continues his revenge tour, cutting through every toilet in his path. This time, he's joined by Titan Cameraman, and the two work in sync to clear the battlefield completely. With the threat handled, the Speakerman, who had been in hiding ever since their Titan got infected, finally returned to the battlefield. The episode ends on a strong note as Titan Cameraman and Titan Speakerman shake hands, signaling that the Alliance is fully united again and that both Titans have each other's backs going forward. This was one of my favorite moments in the entire series. Episode 64, Titan Speakerman and Titan Cameraman push through the battlefield with one goal in mind, finding G-Toilet. They clear out every toilet, blocking their path without breaking a sweat. At one point, Titan Cameraman starts getting distracted after dealing with the bomb overload Skibidi Toilet, and Titan Speakerman has to gesture at him to stay focused and keep moving. Bro is telling Titan Cameraman to lock in as well. Episode 65. The moment finally arrives as Titan Speakerman and Titan Cameraman confront G-Toilet directly. After G-Toilet is betrayed by the chief scientist Skibidi Toilet mech, a fierce battle breaks out, and the two Titans come out on top, blinding G-Toilet, destroying his headphones, and incinerating him using Titan Cameraman's energy core. But the victory is short-lived. It turns out the G-Toilet they destroyed was a decoy, and the whole thing was a trap. Kamikaze toilets rain down from the sky, triggering a massive explosion. Titan Speakerman's agility saves him from the worst of it, though he loses one of his arm plasma cannons. Titan Cameraman isn't as lucky. He takes the brunt of the blast and loses nearly all of his upgrades and weapons. I have to give this one to the Skibidi Toilets. They got all of us with this trap, bro. Episode 67. Still battered from the ambush in episode 65, Titan Speakerman and Titan Cameraman push forward to clear out the Alpha Hills labs, taking down several powerful guarding toilets along the way. Just as they finish, the chief scientist Skibidi Toilet mech teleports in and challenges them with a sinister laugh. What follows is a brutal and one-sided fight. Both Titans are badly injured going in, and the chief scientist's arsenal of explosive weapons makes it even worse. Titan Speakerman manages to destroy one of the mech's head-mounted weapons and an acid cannon, but eventually gets knocked out by a missile. Things get even darker when the chief scientist hypnotizes Titan Cameraman into attacking Titan Speakerman, forcing the two allies to fight each other while G-Toilet watches and laughs. Just when both Titans are completely overwhelmed and knocked out, Titan TV Man teleports onto the battlefield. G-Toilet immediately flees, and the chief scientist, already heavily wounded, is left to face him alone, giving both Titans a chance to survive. Big bro Titan TV Man cooked the scientist. That was so satisfying, man. Episode 70. Titan Speakerman heads into the Alpha Hills complex dam alongside his fellow Titans, tearing through the giant armed toilets guarding it. Midway through, upgraded Titan TV Man recharges Titan Speakerman's reactor core, and he goes absolutely berserk, blitzing through every toilet in sight at insane speed before burning out and retreating to the mountains to recover. Titan TV Man gives him an approving nod. Later in the episode, Titan Speakerman plays a key role in cornering the chief scientist Skibidi Toilet 3.0, who was trying to slip away through a rooftop exit. The three Titans surround him and take turns, landing brutal hits, passing him between them. Titan Speakerman delivers the final blow, repeatedly slamming the chief scientist into the ceiling with pure fury, a very personal act of revenge against the one who infected him in the first place. He lets the body drop, and it's clear there's nothing left of him. Bro was after him from episode 32 till episode 70, and finally got his revenge. But this was it for his main character arc. He started to lose his aura once again, which moves us to the fourth chapter of his life, the weakest Titan. There are a total of 3 Alliance Titans right now. Other than these, there is Jimmy, who is the leader of the Skibidi race. Let's count Juggernaut as well. He is well suited to be a Titan of the Astro race. There is Duchess Astro as well, with her 2 different forms. The point I am trying to make here is that out of all of these people, Titan Speakerman is the weakest one. I think he might be able to win against Duchess Astro Toilet, but the thing is, we have already seen Titan Speakerman go all out. On the other hand, we haven't seen the full potential of Titan Duchess. What we did see is that she is some kind of royalty above the ranking system of the Astro Toilets. When she locks in, she is a different kind of animal entirely. After her, I think it's either Juggernaut Astro Toilet or Titan Cameraman. These guys aren't weak, don't get me wrong, but the top contenders are just too damn strong. We have seen the fight between Juggernaut Astro Toilet and Titan TV Man. I think it is safe to assume that Titan Speakerman in his current state, has no chance against Juggy. He has great offense and defense. His battle IQ and experience are also above Titan Speakerman's. In third place, it's Titan Cameraman, the GOAT himself. To be honest, he already won against Titan Speakerman in episode 57. But some people might say that Titan Speakerman wasn't in his right mind. Well, do you really believe that Titan Speakerman has a chance against Prime Titan Cameraman? I don't think so. He had everything. He was probably the most balanced character. After him, it's Titan TV Man, the strongest Alliance Titan. The only thing Titan Speakerman does better than Titan TV Man is speed and agility. That's it. Basically, he can run from Titan TV Man, which he already did, by the way. But once he is caught, he is basically cooked. Again, I am not saying that Titan Speakerman is weak. He is really strong. But when we start comparing him to these monsters, the competition becomes a bit unfair. Titan TV Man also has multiple screen attacks, insane durability, and raw strength. On top of that, he also has teleportation. We can't forget about his energy blade, and he probably also has the best core out of every Titan. In the last spot, there is G Toilet, the one who has everything. Some can argue that Titan TV Man is stronger than Jimmy, but me personally, I think Jimmy just has better feats and battle IQ. His new form is a complete mystery. No one really knows how powerful he is right now. He was also talking about his secret weapon. He also has the best durability in the entire show. He has insane hand-to-hand combat now too. He can turn invisible as well. I can go on forever about his abilities. Only a fool would believe that Titan Speakerman can win against him in a fair one-on-one. But wait, this comparison I did was of Titan Speakerman 2.0. His 3.0 form might be a totally different concept entirely, which moves us to the fifth and final chapter of his life, the last hope. It's so funny and iconic that I was just dissing him against every other Titan, declaring him the weakest out of them all. But the truth is, he is our only hope. Titan Cameraman is missing or assumed dead by some, though I still believe he is alive and hiding somewhere. Titan TV Man just got infected by the evil Astro Toilets. He is now known as the Watchman of Doom, and in the recent episodes, we all saw his power. He single-handedly destroyed the entire Alliance base. Heck, he might be even stronger than the OG Titan TV Man, because the original Titan TV Man still had feelings. This one is just a cold-hearted destroyer. Also, Titan TV Man got infected through his core. We don't even know if that is curable or not. We don't know for sure how to cure it. Either the user dies with it or loses his core. I think we will have to replace his core. This might be the only solution. So the question is, how the heck is Titan Speakerman going to cure him? Well, that's where his upgrades come in. We already saw the power of the speaker race. Their upgrades look fire. They don't even look like the same people anymore. Honestly, it feels like they are a completely different species now. And it is safe to say that they are the strongest race among the Alliance right now. Another thing to note is the Executioner Speaker. His powers are really good and unique. We can use him as a reference point to calculate and estimate the power of Titan Speakerman 3.0. I think he is going to have some cool-looking blades. Dual blades, probably. His speed is going to get a big buff. Why? Because agility is Titan Speakerman's thing. It only makes sense that he gets faster. I think he might become the Flash of the Skibidi series. It would be dope. Other than that, his speakers are going to be a lot more powerful and useful. We can judge this by the Executioner's and the Strider's speakers. Both of them are insanely strong and versatile. Last but not least, his core is going to get a pretty good buff as well, along with improved hand-to-hand combat. But these are all just speculations and predictions of mine. The harsh truth is, whether he is still weak or the strongest one in the verse, we will have to rely on him no matter what. Only he has the ability to save the Alliance right now. If you ask me, I think he will manage to repay his debt by saving both Titan Cameraman and Titan TV Man. Titan TV Man cured him in episode 73, and Titan Cameraman cured him in episode 57. This would make sense, and honestly, it would add great depth and dynamic to his story. Can't wait to see him in action. Okay, guys, that was it for today's episode. If you want more of these videos, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.
Oh.